And gosh, I really, really wish I understood this concept. If you truly get this, you could become a millionaire by the time you retire simply from doing this one thing, nothing else. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sabine, and if you're new here, welcome. On here, we love to talk about God and how to have an abundant life with Him at the center. So if that interests you, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay in the loop about every new upload. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some habits that I wish I would have started sooner in life. These are things that I wish that somebody would have told me, that I would have had a family member or a mentor sit me down and share some of these little bits of wisdom with me. God specifically led me to share 3 things, and they're in different areas of life, so I'm happy to be able to pour these into y'all. They will really help you out, so let's jump in. So the very first habit that I wish I would have learned sooner in life would be to deprioritize dating. And I know some of y'all are not gonna want to hear this, but what I mean by that, from a very young age in life, us as women and even men, we are just taught to invest so much of our self-worth and our identity around who's interested in us, having somebody choose us, being in relationship. There's nothing wrong with being in relationship. We all need each other, whether it's family, whether it's a husband and wife, friends, teachers, mentors. I do feel honestly that a lot of us, right, at a young age, we're so engrossed and enveloped in dating and meeting people and putting ourselves in situations where we could see this guy or be around this guy, texting somebody, thinking about what we're going to text somebody, what we're going to wear, all of these things that we spend time focusing on what's going to make us attractive. That is energy that, quite honestly, you need to be investing in yourself. If you don't have a ring on your finger, you're not married, and you're not actively at a point where you're truly ready, meaning you've done the work in yourself to prepare yourself to be at that point, then you don't need to spend so much time and so much energy investing in that area. That's energy that you could be pouring back into yourself, meaning getting to know who you truly are, spending time getting to know God and what He says about you and who you are, His plans for your life, learning new skills, right? Learning what do they call that? Like skills that are very desirable in the market that will make you a valuable asset wherever you go. Looking into your true interests and things that you want to just pursue, even just for fun. Like this is how we get to know our true selves, and we start to walk in the fullness of our true identity. That's the version of you that is eventually in due course going to line up with the person that is truly your match. So that's what I mean when I say deprioritize dating. It doesn't mean that you can't date. It doesn't mean that you're just gonna be at home and not having any kind of social life. It just means that you should put it in its rightful place in the priorities in your life. I know so many people, myself included, who I spend a lot of time using that as like a placeholder or a filler. Really, I was feeling empty, feeling bored, feeling like everybody else around me is doing. I looked to that to fill what was an empty space. But now in hindsight, I see like, wow, like time is limited. There are so many times that I wish I had more time to myself to think about the kind of life that I want to have and actually take steps toward it. So that's what I urge you to do, is to really think about your life, yourself, spend time with God and reflect so that He can also show you and guide you as far as the things you should be doing in a given season, because life comes and goes in seasons. There will be a season where that is your portion, but you really can't really rush it, no matter how much you try to put yourself in these situations to meet people or keep 2, 3, 4, 5 different guys that you're texting. It's a waste of time. It's truly a waste of time, and it's taking you away from the destiny that is really yours, that you could be unlocking right now. One of my favorite scriptures that motivates me even to do this very channel, Jesus says, I came that they would have life and have life more abundantly. So think about that, your life more abundantly. And that's what I mean when I say to deprioritize dating. The interesting thing is that this could actually apply not only to dating, but even to like other types of relationships in a sense. There was a period in my life where like me doing stuff with my friends was like the filler, and I'd always have a brunch all the time. Then I'd have happy hour after work. Then I'd have another one the next day. Then I'd have this party. Then I'd have this person's birthday dinner. I remember there was a point where my mother told me like, don't you ever just want to sit down? Like you need time to like sit down and think. And at that time I didn't get it. Like I was just like, what do you mean? Like I'm young, I'm having fun. But now I really value having that time. Like even having time set aside on my calendar to just think, to journal, to envision some of the things that I want to work on, to hear from God without distraction, without so much noise. So think about that as well. Just as some people use dating as that coping mechanism to fill a void, Others who don't, have that many dates, they might use going and doing all these things with their friends. Really anything can be used, even television. Some people will zone out in front of the TV. So take all of that and just reflect on it. Consider what are some areas in your life that you feel like you maybe have been using to fill a void, and take it to God too and just ask him to reveal to you, what should I really be doing in this season of my life? How should I be spending my time? Help me to make my plans and to make my schedule. Yeah, that's a great place to start. Habit number 2 that I wish I would have started sooner in life is to focus on your finances. I don't just mean saving money, paying your bills on time, paying down your debt, but specifically what I want to talk about is investing. For most of my early years in life, I was so scared of this concept of investing. I knew nothing about it and I was just like, that sounds scary. You want me to put my money somewhere where there's like some risk involved? I really wish I would have spent more time learning about it. Now there's so much good stuff on the internet. I actually made another video, which I will link for you at the end of this, but I talk a little bit about, how I learned more about that and, why you shouldn't be scared to learn more about your finances. Really, the main thing that I realized is that when I first started working, like right out of school, I didn't think I was making that much money then, right? Like, how could I take such a little check that I have already and allow my job to take a portion of that and invest it into like an investment account for me, right? Like a 401k. But I realize now, after I have learned more about finances and the power of a simple word called compound interest. And compound interest, basically, very simple concept. What you put in today is not going to just be what it is today. Every day, interest is accumulating on that. So what feels like it's $10, I don't have those $10 now, like those $10 now is going to eventually be worth $100 and so on and so on and so on. And as you continue to sew in $1 here, $1 there, $3 here, $5 there, before you know it, a person who, and gosh, I really, really wish I understood this concept, because if you truly get this, you could become a millionaire by the time you retire simply from doing this one thing, nothing else. When you start investing early, right? As soon as you can, if you're a teenager, you can start doing this, right? Open yourself up an IRA account without even having a job, right? So it doesn't matter if your job provides this or not. Anyone can open this up, even online. You don't even need a real bank to do this. Every dollar that you start investing now, it's accumulating in value. You can retire a millionaire even if you yourself have never even really made that much money as your salary, because it's compounding, it's growing in interest. These are like simple concepts. Nobody in my family ever sat me down. Even though they knew I had a job, they knew I was doing these things, nobody ever really told me that. It wasn't until now, when I'm already like an adult and people want to talk these adult talks with me, but I'm like, I needed to hear this earlier. The truth is that it's really never too late. Like, I'm just starting to do these things now, but it's gonna take me putting in a lot more money now to reach the same amount that I could have over time put in way less and still achieve the same goals had I known this and had I focused on learning about these things on my own. You guys have YouTube, you have so many resources. I'm even gonna link a playlist that has some videos that, like, I call it like a glow up guide, like things that I want to learn about and be better about. So I'll link that for you too. And there's one video in there that tells you the details about how to get started in all of these things. Just don't be afraid. That's my number one word of wisdom. I don't think that because you don't know about it, because your family members don't do it, that you need to shy away from it. Like, just push forward to learn, ask questions, or go to YouTube University and get started with investing a little bit of money at a time. Of course, if you can do it consistently, then that's even better. If you can have it taken out of your check and your job will do it for you, even better. There's no limit to like when it's too soon or when it's too late to do this. Just get started as soon as you can. And that is the second thing that I wish I would have started sooner in life. If you're enjoying this so far and this is speaking to you, leave me a comment and let me know which of these two do you think that you're going to implement. Habit number 3 that I wish I would have started sooner in life. And most of you who watch my channel will not be surprised by this one. I wish I would have started to set a daily appointment with God sooner in life. There's something about actually designating a time with him that you're just gonna talk to him and hear from him for the day, because I used to think that I was like kind of too busy, but that was more so in my mind. I think I just was so unsettled in my spirit that it was easier to feel like I'm jumping out of bed and I'm going to do something than it is to sit down, still myself, and choose to hear from God and to make God a priority. And I find that now that I do that, I feel like those days guaranteed they go better, especially if I can do it in the morning, before the day gets to me, before I have to interact with any other humans, before I have to like deal with this thing that's broken and that load of laundry that's waiting for me. When I center myself and I sit down and I just hear from him. The cool thing about God is that he already knows your day. He knows what you're going to encounter. And sometimes he'll bring a scripture to me. He'll speak to me through that about something that's coming up for the day that I don't even know about. But when I arrive at that moment in the day, I'm able to go, oh yeah, like refer back to what I read, which is like, it is spiritual food, really, right? So you need food, physical food. You wouldn't go a day without eating physical food, yet we think that we can make it sometimes weeks without talking to him and then wonder why things aren't going well for us. So I really wish that I would have been diligent about setting that kind of appointment with him, meaning like it's a designated time, even if it's 2 minutes, even if you literally are just like, I'm just gonna pray for these 2 minutes and then I'm gonna go about my day. That's better than nothing. So I wish that I would have done that sooner. Don't get so bogged down and like, it's not a religious thing where you need to do it for a certain amount of time. You need to do it the same way that you see so-and-so do it. It can take different forms in different seasons. If you determine that you're gonna do it and ideally you can set a time that you're gonna do it, but if you can't, that's okay. Sometimes it might be in your car, it might be on your lunch break. It's okay, he just wants to hear from you. And I guarantee you, your day and your entire life will be on an upward trajectory, up. Doesn't mean we won't have down days, we won't have down moments, but the course of your life is gonna go up as you continue to put him in his rightful place in your life and you get your instructions from him instead of trying to figure life out by yourself. So that is the third and final habit that I wish I would have implemented earlier in life. Of course, there are so many others. Like I could talk about this all day because I used to be a hot mess, but anyhow, I'm doing great now and I'm happy that I'm able to share some of these with you. If you'd like to know more, you'd like me to do another video like this, let me know. Or if there are any other topics, things that you want to hear about, tell me in the comments. I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear what helps you. I want to hear what blesses you. I want to hear your struggles, your challenges, things that you need so that I can try my best to share things that are relevant and that are impactful to your lives. Again, this channel is for us to have an abundant life with God at the center. So yeah, that's what we're about. And we're going to keep going up. The Bible says we're going from glory to glory, and that is what we are going to do. I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching this video to this point. I will leave the playlist and the video that I mentioned for you in the description and possibly also linked in the end cards on the screen. So check those out. And again, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and God bless you. And you guys have a great rest of your day or night.